We are live. We are live. Welcome to the weekly poll. Joel, you were supposed to talk.
Oh, am I now?
Shut up, Joel. Welcome to the weekly poll.
You know, Benny, I missed you telling me to shut up. I was away last week.
Long.
It feels like coming home.
Well, don't worry. When you're not here, I still tell you to shut up. My assumption is you're talking somewhere.
And you're right. I just get my ears burning a little bit. Benny must be talking about me.
I haven't even introed. All right, guys. As usual, I'm Benny, the Comicstorian. I dramatically read your comic books on the internet. To my Sal from Comic Pop. He brings you amazing recaps of your favorite storylines in the past while informing noobs. Wow, that went better in my head. And then we have
I like it.
Joel all the way in the end over there. He is learning how YouTube works after 5 years.
Hey, I had to learn eventually, didn't I? I had to learn eventually.
And, of course, the guest of the day, the guest of honor, the man with the plan, the genius behind it all, the man who looks amazing in glasses and has the best beard in the group. Sorry, Sal.
No, that's fair. He totally does. He can pull it off better than me.
Some of you guys know him, some of you guys don't know him. So, Sam, why don't you inform them as to who you are?
Oh, well, hello, everybody. Thanks for having me on the Weekly Poll. I'm Sam Basher. You guys, if you kind of know me, I'm over on SourceFed Nerd. I talk about comics, movies, TV shows, and I mainly focus on The Flash. It's almost annoying at some points, and I'm really excited to be here. I'm going to talk about comic books and not annoy everybody else in my office about it, because I go crazy when stuff happens in comic books, and no one else reads. So I'm excited.
Nice. That's the most annoying ever. What I hate are the friends/fans who are like, "Oh, I love superheroes. Oh, are you caught up with the latest Batman?" Well, I don't read the comics. Like,
damn, dirty casuals.
Please, just read this one. Just read this 50-issue run, and then we can talk about it.
It'll take you 10 minutes. And before, because I know he's gonna pop in, Rob.
I'm not gonna believe you. He's not there.
Gotta light up the Rob signal, and then he'll
I'm
come.
turning on the Rob signal. Come say hi real fast so that you don't pop in randomly.
Oh, what's going on, guys?
He's like, I'm going to do it anyway.
Rob, in your house.
Rob Core, give him a call.
Come on, Rob Core. To me, my Rob Core.
Rob is visiting right now because we got some filming to do this weekend, and he's possibly going to move out here after I trick him into doing it. It's going to be funny. I'm just going to basically make him sign paperwork that he's going to think is for a production, and it's for a house.
Sign this and give me your D22 and, birth certificate and everything else. Just sign right here.
Yep. So he's here for that. We're going to be filming some stuff this weekend, but Rob said that when I went live, he wanted to be in the house so that he can say hi.
Oh.
I actually said, hey, why don't we get you to your hotel? And he was like, no, I'd like to be in the house.
I would really like to be in your home.
He literally... So Rob landed and got over here no problem, and he got here about an hour ago. Plenty of time to say hi, plenty of time to hang out, plenty of time to go to your hotel, but that's not Rob for you. Rob is currently helping my wife put together a new computer over there because she's going to do hard drive to go. He's just here helping now.
Rob is your tech support.
Yes.
Nice.
That's my yes, that is.
Yeah. So, Joel, kick us off. What are we doing today?
I'm glad you asked that, Sal. We got a whole mixed bag of news and topics to cover this week. First, and this feels a little TMZ-ish, but I
really
kind of
did. When this came up, I'm like, really? We're going to talk about this? All right.
But I feel like it explains some stuff, though. Maybe just a little bit.
Hold on. If we're going to do a TMZ thing, we need to intro it like a proper TMZ thing.
Yeah.
So everyone needs to pretend they're doing something, and then and then we'll just be like, "Hey guys, have you heard that Ben Affleck is having a stint of rehab?"
No,
well, he just finished a stint in rehab.
See, you don't even watch TMZ. Sam got it right. Sal got it right.
Ben Affleck's in rehab?
It's true, I don't.
No way. You're so full of crap. No way he's in rehab for alcohol. Are you serious?
Could you just go away?
Okay.
You realize if you keep doing this, Sam's going to be like, that was the weirdest thing I've ever been on.
Oh, shit. It's not a thing. Another guy just kept coming in.
Oh, that's all a source fed. That's the whole channel.
The whole channel is just people just walking in.
Oh, yeah. Watch long-form content. That's the whole thing.
That's kind of what, when I showed up on the show that one time, that's kind of how it was. Like,
yeah.
Hey, this guy's here today. He's going to jump on.
Yeah.
So, anyway, well, Sam, why don't you take point in this? Did you read the article, or do you not even know about this?
I flipped through it. I love. Okay, so you guys, I'm gonna guess you guys check out comicbook.com every once in a while. Peruse. I love that sometimes they'll take a piece of news that has nothing to do with comic books whatsoever, and then they'll like try to tie it back, and they're like, Batman actor Ben Affleck is out of rehab, and I was like, oh, come on, guys.
Not even close.
It has nothing to do. This has nothing to do with Batman.
It really doesn't.
No, but I've been just flipping through it mainly because like when news like this comes out, I'm always like hesitant to like read up on it. But no, it's he's in. Whoa! I opened a website and a Hulu ad open.
Blasting some tunes, some righteous tunes.
But no, I know this is his second bout in rehab for alcohol, and now he's like chilling out. I know he's been having kind of freakouts up over the past couple months. But that's all I know is that like this is his. He's out of it now. He's with his family. He's doing better. He's chilling out, and hopefully this is a better year for Ben Affleck.
We can only hope.
But,
I mean,
like. For me, I'm starting to see more of why this whole thing of Ben Affleck not being able to do all three roles in the Batman movie. It's more making sense now. I mean, I already was like, dude, you're taking on a lot by being Batman, directing Batman, or writing Batman. And it's right off the heels of Live by Night not doing so well. But now you're starting to see more to it. It's like, it makes sense. Just let the man be Batman. Let him write it if he wants to, and everyone leave him alone. Like,
and it's hard because every news site wants to know more about the Batman movie, so they're going to keep asking him questions every single interview he goes to forever now.
Yeah.
And also, The Accountant didn't do very well, which came out last year. So a bunch of his movies did not do very well last year, so I get it. And he had, like, divorce stuff going on with Jennifer Gardner. Yeah.
Divorcing?
They were, and I think they just called it off. So it's like...
They had been, separated for a while, because, I know that was a big thing for a couple of years, because I remember because I'm a bit of a Kevin Smith fan, and I know that when Jennifer Garner came on the scene, the Ben Affleck Kevin Smith relationship kind of fell apart, and it was kind of that okay, well, your stoner friend needs to go home now. We're gonna have a family and shit. And I had heard that there had been some rumblings about their relationship not really working out too well. It's so weird to talk about this. It's so easy to do it because this is what we do, but we're usually just but Shazam's powers, how do they work though? It's I hear Ben Affleck is just has a real hard time with alcohol. He's got some real demons.
We talked about this stuff before, and we relate him back to Tony Stark.
That's true, yeah.
How did
Tony
so
Stark funny.
Cope with it? We just need to get Ben Affleck a giant Iron Man suit, let him throw a party.
I just put him... I was going to say, put him in a wearable car that can fly and shoot lasers.
Right.
Wait a minute. Great idea. Let's do it.
I see no issue with
this might be a movie.
It's funny, Benny, that you mention Iron Man there, and by extension, Robert Downey Jr., another guy who's had a lot of demons and a lot of rehab stints and anything. Not any that we know of whilst being Iron Man, but maybe the Disney machine did a good job keeping that quiet. I actually applaud Affleck for being brave enough to be like, yeah, I needed help. I got it. I'm good now. I'm out on the other side of it.
I have a feeling with Robert Downey Jr., he had already hit full rock bottom before Iron Man. So I think he's aware, I can't do this. I cannot do this again. Because you never hear about him partying. You never see him at anything other than the Disney promos for his movies. It's almost like he goes to be by Iron Man and then goes home. And that's it.
Teenage years until, I think he was, maybe... almost into his 30s, he was a party every single day for RDJ. So now he's a family now and he's chilling out. But no, I agree with you, Joel. Just him, Ben Affleck coming out and being open about it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
That's a real hero thing to do. Maybe he can help someone else. Who knows?
And it might even be a PR thing though if you think about it. Hey, I better just get ahead of this because someone's going to report on me TMZ style.
I got a lot of fucking cameras on me right now with the Batman thing.
God damn it. Why can't I just be private?
All I could think is that I'm sure you all remember that great meme thing of sad Affleck when they told him the Rotten Tomatoes thing, and he looks really sad. I'm like, is that the moment? Did they capture the moment where he's just crack a beer?
Yeah.
Was that it?
I think it was probably the fourth gotcha moment where they were we're going to talk about Live by Night and your writing process, but the real question is Batman. And he's again with the Batman. He was so sick of it by the end. I was I understand where he's coming from.
Who was it? I don't think it was him. Wasn't there someone that was literally don't ask me about that anymore, some superhero movie?
Yeah. I mean, he
right.
kind of had a meltdown a little bit about it, like, because he was, I don't remember where the hell he was, but it was, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, actually, where he had, like, he had a real tantrum about it.
That sounds about right. I did like, though, a positive on Ben Affleck with Batman. I liked hearing that story from Matt Damon. He talked about how Ben Affleck's son saw the FedEx guy as the Joker because of the colors of his uniform. So, like, would go out and be like, "Hey, can you play along? Like, you're the Joker, and I'll be Batman, and I get you to go away." And like, then we just do it at like once a week, and it's so cute. It's so
awesome.
Oh, I like that.
Jason Momoa posted a photo of himself and Ben Affleck drinking hard.
Oops.
A drinking photo that doesn't even prove anything though. Like I have no reason not to drink. I've had my own issues and stuff, but like this is years ago now. But I'll drink and like, but not on a regular basis. You get one image of me drinking, so I'm like, Betty's an alcoholic. Like, no,
exactly.
I've had that one Miller Lite for the first time in 6 months. Like,
yeah, you just need the wrong filter, and you look like you are hammered.
Yeah.
Damn it, Instagram.
So okay. So, I mean, that's basically that. I mean, there's not much more to say on this without it turning into TMZ, where we can kind of be like,
yeah.
So does anyone know his exact drinking numbers and his blood alcohol content on the
right. I mean, the only thing that we can, if we want to tie it back into comics, is will this in any way influence the Batman release and stuff like that? And my guess is no. I think, like, if anything, the Ben Affleck rehab thing, because he's out of rehab now, it's done, you know, I feel like that's the least of the influences that could delay Batman at this point. Like, they're retooling the script. It's just a nightmare.
The Deathstroke guy says he doesn't know if he's involved anymore, even though they did a big costume test.
Yeah. Matt Reeves, though, I am so excited. I love him, and I can't wait to see what he does with the Batman and Gotham and everything.
Yeah.
I will say this though, because I've been hearing rumblings that apparently Wonder Woman and Justice League were not good. But with all the recuts, reshoots, and fixes, they are watchable. So I'm excited for watchable movies.
Well, that's an improvement. Watchable.
Is that what the target is now?
Barely enjoyable.
Yeah,
like
they are Thor Dark World quality.
By this time next year, they'll be up to adequate.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Serviceable. Workmanlike.
But I mean, I don't know. Wonder Woman looks really good from that trailer. I don't know if anyone's seen that latest trailer.
The trailer, I don't even know what it looks like. Like, I have no idea what's happening in that trailer, which I guess is what the point of a trailer is.
It's her origin. Do you not know Wonder Woman? Sal, did I find someone that I can call you out on?
I made a video explaining who Wonder Woman was 2 weeks ago. So yes, I know who Wonder Woman is, but the question, her origin could legitimately be a 2-minute montage.
Good.
Like,
honestly, I kind of hope it is, because I don't want half the movie to be her on the island, and then I want. Give us like a 2-minute origin, explain the backstory. That's the trailer.
It could also be a 2-minute music video set to Eminem or other such popular music.
No, please don't do that.
I don't want that.
Or
not again.
Will the real Wonder Woman please stand up?
And Gal Gadot has to do it. She has to do it's a cover. I hate it.
This island is filled with Wonder Women.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if it legit happens, and I would just pay to be in the theater with you, Sam, to see your reaction to the Eminem opening and Gal Gadot covering.
It's me melting into my seat and just kind of like looking around. I'm like, is this the right theater? Like, I can't handle the mistakes in this movie right now.
Yeah. Diana, you only got one shot.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, speaking of Wonder Woman, the love interest, which makes no goddamn sense in the cinematic universe as far as I'm concerned right now, Steve Trevor, the World War I soldier, is getting a one-shot.
He is, just in time for the movie. Go
Does
figure.
Anyone really care? Because I've never cared about Steve Trevor.
I like what Rucka is doing with him now, because Rucka's being like, oh man, maybe this character should be useful and make sense, except for those long periods of history where Trevor wasn't even in the Wonder Woman books, because that's how forgettable and non-important he is to everything.
No, he's important in as much as he's the catalyst. He's the Uncle Ben. Like, how many great new Uncle Ben stories do you have? You don't need Steve Trevor to have like a one-shot to like. I don't need to know who Steve Trevor's like former love interest was and what his mom's name was and stuff. Like, he is the reason to get her off the island, and that's it.
He had like a weird one-shot or Justice League issue during the Suicide Squad versus Justice League event. It was just like, wait, why are we spending time with him? It was
I'm important now, damn it.
It's
I'm
like
gonna
in
be in a
Darkseid
movie.
War. They turned him into
Yeah.
like a catalyst for something else. Like,
And then forgot about that too. He was important in that story until he wasn't.
yeah.
like I'm
I
totally
like-
fine if you want to be like, well, Wonder Woman's history may or may not happen. But Steve Trevor getting the powers of Darkseid, yeah, we're gonna forget that happened. That's just
Good. I like the idea. I like the concept that Steve Trevor is just this guy who's just trying to insist on being there at all. Hey guys, and me too. I'm important to the mythos. Like no one wants you here, Steve. That's why he's in the World War I in the movie. Like you
think
can
that's
die. What's that?
Do you think that's it? So that they can remove him from her lore?
Yeah.
So, like he's there, so the fans won't like have an outcry of where's
They did the
Steve
same-
Trevor?
They did the same thing in the cartoon.
Yes, they did.
I loved the way they used him in the world.
Amazing episode, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I love that show.
Totally.
But Chris Pine, I've heard, is the best part of the movie, so I'm excited to see him.
Interesting.
He's great.
a good
I love him
actor.
in anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can never not see him as Captain Kirk at the moment, but
I'll take him though. He's a great. He's a great Kirk.
It's kind of like Robert Downey Jr. even in any other role, but you're
yeah.
kind of like he acts the same. He's acting like himself, so it's a
Right.
little hard.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
isn't that how
delightful.
some
I'll
of the
take
biggest
it.
actors are? They're just themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like
they're just
Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, you're like, oh, it's Robert Downey Jr. And then he goes to be like the accountant, you're like, so he's gonna go win this case and then fly away.
It's funny
Quippy
too.
and obnoxious, but charming at the same time.
It's funny. I know I've mentioned this before, probably on the show. When we think about Trevor historically, he was much in the same realm as someone like a Lois Lane or a Vicky Vale. He was the love interest who occasionally needed to get saved. The only difference was Lois and Vicky and everyone else eventually got characters and got stuff written about them,
Or were
Steve
killed.
never really- or were killed too.
Or were killed.
Like Steve never really got a lot of that.
Yeah.
I did like the idea that he was like the liaison between the Justice League and the government. I was like, that's fun. But also, I was like, I've been like catching up and reading older comics, but I'm like, oh, you don't do anything with that really. It's just like he's just.
And then too, he was also bargain basement Rick Flag for a bit, where it's like, okay, you'll be the guy who stands next to Waller now. Oh wait, Rick Flag is going to be in a movie. Bring Rick Flag back and let him take his job back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just funny because you could tell back then they were like, well, if we ever do this Wonder Woman thing, we're gonna put in Steve Trevor, so we got to keep him in the lore. He's got to be
Yeah.
some kind of importance.
Yeah.
Well, it will be short and probably kind of not important to everything else going on in comics, but
Good for him.
Pretty
So,
much.
well, speaking of disposable characters, how about the next bit of news we have? Cable's potentially going to die in Deadpool.
Yep.
Yes. According to a tweet from Axel Alonso, he made a big thing there. It was it was two little pop Funkos, a Deadpool one and a Cable one, and the Cable one was dead, and Axel had a big thing there that said spoilers for the future.
nice.
The dude is cemented in time travel,
Yeah, I
so
was
like
gonna
you can
say,
kill him 1,000 times, and then you just have to go back 1 second before that happens, and it's all over.
And it's Deadpool, so it might just be a big laugh, especially when you look at how Cable is being presented right now. Gonna be in the Deadpool sequel, has a new book coming out being penned by James Robinson, which I'm actually really interested in because I like Robinson.
Maybe, and here's my theory on it. It's just the intro to the movie. He accidentally kills Cable, and that's the plot to the movie, him going through time to correct that.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the time travel adventure with Deadpool because I love that movie.
Oh my god. If that is Deadpool 2, where he's just bouncing around through all the X-Men movies, I'm in.
But all the broken timelines and everything,
Yes!
that would be so cool.
Yeah.
See,
I
we
like
made
Alternate
a good
X-Men
movie out of that.
timelines.
Uh-huh. And it's the Deadpool 2 is supposed to like set up future movies because it has to. 'Cause they
It
have-
has to.
but yeah, that'd be like a fun way of like tying it up and then moving on.
Yeah.
Do you think that they'll use it as like an Amazing Spider-Man 2 platform, or they're trying to get an entire franchise out of one movie?
Yes.
God,
Yeah, probably.
I hate that. I don't like that movie.
I mean,
Who
no,
does?
It's not great, but like, I think that you could reasonably, because here's the thing: by the time Deadpool 2 is done shooting, they will have cast and had a release date for the X-Force movie. So there's no question that if they are going to like be sliding through time, that there'll be one moment where they like pop in during the X-Force movie to shoot a scene or a half scene where they're in the movie that will eventually come out. Like, that's the easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Do you
My-
think that if it is time travel related, we will get another cameo from Hugh Jackman?
Oh, please.
It's all about how much. I don't know. I mean, like you see Hugh Jackman talking about it in all his interviews with Logan, where he's like, Ryan Reynolds wants me to come back every day. Every day he comes to my house and he like offers me flowers and money and like sexual favors for me to put on this outfit again. I honestly don't know. I can't say for certain. I used to say that like I was shocked he wasn't in Deadpool 1.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But now I don't know. I think he might say no. I think he might stick to his guns. Logan is so good.
It really
that
is.
I could see him being like, I would have if Logan had been like X-Men Origins Wolverine. If Logan was shit, I would have totally done it. But like, it was too good.
Oh, what if he could go back and kill his other version of himself in X-Men Origins?
Now that's a joke they need to make right there.
Well, I'll let you come back. We'll time travel to this weird origin you got going on, and we'll clean that up.
Kill Gambit and Blob and like
that also means
Plastic.
Liev Schreiber can come to the future and they can rescue Liev Schreiber.
Oh,
he was real bad in that movie.
Ray Donovan is so good though. I'm willing to forgive him and let him have a.
You and your Ray Donovan, man.
Dude, I am holding the torch for Ray Donovan. It's actually getting another season. Ray Donovan for life.
Ray Donovan what?
That's the show Liev Schreiber is in. Ray Donovan. That's the character.
See, that's how popular it is.
I don't even.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know what that. Sam, do you even know what that is?
it's a Showtime or Stars show, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Star. It's not even Showtime. It's Stars.
Oh, Stars!
Stars.
The channel that they throw in for free when you sign up for cable.
It's the finest Star show. It is the Cadillac of Star show.
Skinaflix?
That's Cinemax.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, Skinamax, that takes me back.
Yay!
That's not even Stars. Isn't even. Wait, which channel has Ash versus the Evil Dead on?
They're all yelling at you that it's Showtime.
Okay, it's Stars.
It's
on Showtime.
Yeah, I'm a fan, and even I didn't know.
Yeah, they're literally all yelling at you. You are now in timeout for 5 minutes, Joel.
You did.
So anyway, back to the topic on hand. How do we feel about we already knew Cable, but how do we feel about this potential killing of Cable?
It's going to be maybe like a page. No way.
I think it's going to be a laugh. I think it's going to be a joke, and this is actually a theory my co-host of my other show.
Don't talk, Joel.
I'm making a point. I got a good one here. What if they use this whole death thing as an excuse to bring a younger version of Cable back who might look like the guy from the movie? Should they cast someone younger?
Okay.
You could pull one of those. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I'm a big fan of Doctor Who, so I'm always down for meeting people before they know they're gonna die. Like River Song, right. Like that whole thing with Doctor Who. I wouldn't mind like you getting to meet a younger Cable, but you like the characters know or Deadpool knows in the back of his head that like this is when he's gonna die. Mm-hmm. So could be fun.
Yeah.
I just realized something, Sam. Is that a smiley face on the board behind you?
Yes, I realized that right before we went, but I was like,
yeah, no one will notice or draw attention to it.
It's a Watchmen reference.
Is it? Are you doing the button?
The weekly poll is a tie-in to the DC Rebirth event.
Yes,
Jeff Johns is right here.
You heard it right here.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Cable, whatever.
Okay,
I mean, like, who knows?
I'm just gonna throw this out there real quick. Our new manager. Long story short, how we got one, but we have a manager for the weekly poll, who I've told when the show's live, and he tried to call me earlier and I said I'm going to be live, is now texting me, hoping that I'll respond during the show that he's managing for. I know he's just trying to make arrangements for the Chicago appearance, but...
Yeah.
He's got you. But, hey, Cable, hopefully it's really cool, and I might be in the minority here when I say that I didn't like the Wolverine death. The Death of Wolverine story. I thought that was pretty.
Really?
It was good for fans, but because I was like getting into comics, I read it, and then afterwards I started to think about it, and I was like, did he just suffocate? And then
Yes.
did he just suffocate? And then like he's a statue now that they'll just maybe put in a hall somewhere, and like
They moved him to a hall.
They sure did.
Warehouse thing. I'm like. Is it not weirding anybody out that there's like a dead body rotting in there? Like, I think it's me from the outside. I'm like, that would be so weird.
What are the logistics?
Yeah.
No, I actually did wonder that as well. And I also, while I know it, like, in amongst his friends, it was kind of common knowledge that his healing factor had burned out at that point. But he was so well known in the universe, you don't think one person would have been like, is he alive in there? Is he
Let's crack it open. Oh, wait, we can't. It's adamantium.
Why don't we figure out a way to get in there, maybe have other adamantium, and then give him a burial? You've made him a statue.
It's better this way. It's what Logan would have
idea
wanted.
of him being a statue, especially in that beautiful, serene location. I thought it was going to be kind of like a cool, like almost like a monument that mutants would go to visit, like throughout, like it would become a fixture of the Marvel universe, where
flowers and candles and everything.
People like mutants would like make the pilgrimage to Logan Rock and like go and visit it.
I like it.
No, they picked it up even though it being incalculably heavy, and they didn't crack it open using vibranium or something. It's weird.
Now it's a Stanley Cup situation where the mutants and heroes all trade the
Do
Wolverine.
they move it around?
I think they do. I think it has moved around a couple times.
That's weird. That's weirder than my idea.
I know. You know what? That's got to be the only logistic, because I don't think any artist draws the same location for the statue. Because I'm pretty sure, like, one, it's like in a field and stuff like that, and I've seen another one where it was like in a building. Like when Old Man Logan finally saw it, it was in in like a building.
Yeah,
so they must move it around.
Yeah. Did they bury Xavier? Like,
I think he was vaporized, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was, but like, where is his monument?
He doesn't get one. His brain gets to live in Red Skull.
Red Skull.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the red.
They might be undoing that soon. If you read the new Uncanny, they might be taking that
I
out.
have not
of
read it yet. I'm a little behind on some of the current issues.
Is Rogue still
Pretty
like?
solid.
Does anyone forget that? Like, is Rogue still bitching and moaning about it?
No, okay.
Well, now she's doing something about it.
You've obviously been keeping up with Uncanny Avengers, right, Sam? Where Uncanny Avengers basically became the Deadpool and Rogue show.
And what a show it is! It's the best X-Men book right now.
Oh, it's amazing! I love the book, but it is basically the Deadpool and Rogue show. That's basically what it is.
With just random characters, yeah.
They just randomly pop up. It's like, what team are we gonna make today? But no, I really actually did like that, where Rogue was like, everyone's always whining about this and that and the other thing, but you always forget us and Professor X. And
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. So, so when it comes to Death of stories, I'm not like excited about them, but I'll check it out.
Yeah.
For cable.
I'm trying to think of who else had a Death of recently. No one else died recently, did they?
Didn't they kill Hawkman in a miniseries? I didn't read it.
Well, I don't think anyone did.
Hawkman.
Oh, I did. I read it.
Which is like the third time they've
hold
killed
on.
Hawkman.
He may not have actually died. Sam can fill us in, because the name of the book is The Death of Hawkman. Like, it might not actually...
He super died.
Oh,
and it was a fun Adam Strange book, because I've never really read him, and I love their rapport. But at the end, it's like I forgot if he is reincarnated or not in the New 52. So he's pretty dead. Like he's pretty dead.
No,
And
he's
if you'll
in the
recall-
New 52, but it's one of those books that they started and it got like 12 issues in and they never resolved anything, and it just kind of...
Because Rob Liefeld wrote and did the art, that's why. Here's the funny thing about Hawkman. That's like the third time they've killed him in a couple years, because they killed him in like Convergence or like what is it, Future's End, but no one read that, so no one cared. And then they killed him in like Justice League United, but he wasn't really dead. So they like kept killing him over and over again, and no one cared. Apparently, third time's the charm to make death stick for Hawkman.
You gotta kill the character that can come back, because it's literally a part of his powers to reincarnate.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll just be the cartoon guy now when he reincarnates.
He's the
be
Ken
cool.
of the
I
DC
like that
universe.
Oh my god, you killed Hawkman, you bastard. He'll be fine.
He'll reincarnate shortly. It's whatever. All right. Well, speaking of things that are apparently being reincarnated, I'm doing good with the segues today. God damn.
Yeah, you're on fire.
Apparently, New Invaders is coming back with a one-shot for Secret Empire.
Yes, they sure are. The Invaders, of course, for those who don't recall, are the old World War II type team. You got Cap and Namor and all those other guys, and as part of Secret Empire, man, all these wars and empires.
So many secrets.
I know. People just need to be more honest in the Marvel universe, man. No more
Could you
secrets.
picture that Marvel event? Marvel tells all. And just Steve Rogers gets up with a list. All right, so here's what's going on. Reed is over here. This is
This is who's
actually
gay.
not bad. I'm just Kobik did some shit. It'll be fine.
But yeah, I guess to...
Hold that thought, and this is gonna be awkward because we didn't warn Sam like we said we would do with our next guest. Rob,
right, we didn't
come
do-
here. Come
So-
splooge.
Ooh,
So we do this thing where when someone subscribes to the Twitch channel, Rob says splooge at them. It started out as something that we weren't going to do regularly, but now it is a thing we do regularly.
Asher, that's our thing, man.
It got so bad that there was a legitimate discussion when there was finally discussions of the weekly poll merchandise because everyone wants shirts and stuff like that, and we were like, should we make a splooge necklace?
which we will build the pearl necklace. Because I think that's probably the way to do it.
You mean I might buy one? I get one.
Jewelry
in the
on
shape
men.
of, like Nickelodeon Gak, like just an iconic like splatter.
There's a few memes that were just like one-off jokes that have just stuck around.
Yeah, some of these things. Yeah, and none of them are appropriate.
No.
Not a one.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so the new Invaders. Now, I have a question with this new Invaders thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Where the hell is Namor been? Didn't he die?
Good question.
No, he's back.
Dead?
They brought him back in shit. What was it? Like, I don't remember how they brought him back, but they brought him back like after Secret Wars ended, like 3 weeks later.
Yeah, he wasn't dead long.
He
also
got
looks
killed,
like he's going to be
killed
leading.
during the Secret Wars thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
leading
And
up
he
to
died
Secret Wars,
there.
Black Panther killed him, and that was the end of
Yes.
that. And that was like one of the big things that finally came out of that.
But he wasn't really dead, even though they dropped a planet on him.
Yeah, wait, what happened with what was it? It was not the Justice League, the Squadron Supreme.
Yeah,
Those guys.
That's
yes.
what the chat is
He
saying.
died.
The Squadron Supreme brought him back.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, it's confusing. That is a character that I do not keep up with. But
I
maybe.
don't think anyone does.
Yeah.
So he's going to be leading the team by the looks of it, which makes sense because he was on the original Invaders. You also have Hammond the Human Torch, the robot one, who I always loved. I think he has a great suit. He was awesome in that last James Robinson run. That Tora was his sidekick.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Tora was his sidekick. And then the rest they've actually filled out with some newer members. They said the marching orders for this, at least for this one shot, is to kind of build like a United Nations of superheroes. So you got Miles Morales, Spider-Man on there, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and Riri Williams, Ironheart on there too.
I love her. She's great.
Yeah. No, she is great. My complaint about Riri Williams, because everyone loves to be like, oh, Betty brought up, Riri Williams. My complaint with Riri Williams is that she's just proof that Marvel's just shoving people into the storylines without properly building up character for them. Because her
She's still in a
introduction
book.
was so just thrown in your face. Like, I'm reading Iron Man. What's this backup going on where we introduce Riri? Oh, and now she's Iron Man. What? But the story is amazing. It's just the way they brought her in just generated so much hate.
Yeah.
Same with Gwenpool, but I love Gwenpool.
I love Gwenpool. I was so prepared to hate her, and then I read the book, and I was like, "Oh shit! Oops."
You're the one that was telling me it was shit, and why am I reading it? Weren't you?
No, I said that I hate myself because I was like, "Why am I enjoying this so much?"
It
As
is
it turns
so
out, it was
good.
actually really fun.
I love when she finally met Deadpool, and he's like,
No,
"Oh,
not
you're
Deadpool.
another."
Gwenpool.
No, Gwenpool met Deadpool.
Oh, I saw that,
issue.
and it was amazing.
Yeah, they didn't handle it crappily
Great.
or whatever. He's just like, "Oh, another fourth wall breaking character. Why are we working against each other?
He
Let's finish this."
destroys her like a high school science. Like he breaks her down like a high school science project. Because
that was
like
the best thing ever.
Yeah.
we get the
She
Deadpool
also
from
doesn't read
Deadpool.
him. Like she also doesn't read him, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is amazing." I love it.
Unbelievable.
That was
It
the
was-
best line ever, where they're like, "All right, Gwenpool, use your knowledge of this universe to tell us what's going on." She goes, "I don't read Deadpool."
Nice. See, now I gotta catch up.
Yeah, it's so good.
And
her
the
entire
artist.
power is to be one of us stuck in a superhero universe.
Yeah.
She has genre savvy. That's her power.
They should have been like. They should have had her like. I run a Marvel podcast back home. Like.
Real popular. We
Yeah.
got a table and everything.
But yeah, no,
the Invaders.
yeah. I was gonna say because we went to Riri and then we went to Gwenpool and then we're all like, and all
where
of us
were
are
we
here
again?
telling Riri and Gwenpool are great, and Joel's like, I don't read them.
I read Riri, I just don't read Gwenpool. I think the thing about this Invaders, they're kind of stealth launching a bunch of different teams with secret Empire tie-ins, and I guess the idea is if they sell good, they'll get their own books. They're also... Yeah, they also got like the undercover Avengers, which are going to be led by Sam and a bunch of other characters that Nick Spencer has written before, including Scott Lang Ant-Man, who's coming back.
Not only that, it looks like they're taking Sam's Captain America status away.
Well, I imagine he would give that up, considering Captain America was a secret Nazi.
If you've been reading the book, that's his debate right now, because what people view Captain America for, he's not. He doesn't want to follow that anymore. But he's even made the joke of, I already gave up the Falcon name, so what do I do?
maybe he'll become that new Patriot, because apparently we're also getting a brand new Patriot now as well.
I think he's going to be Falcon again.
Well, then what are they going to do with the other Falcon?
Oh, maybe he'll be Falcon Jr. I don't know.
No, they've got him in something.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, Sam knows I'm talking about. What is he in? He's in something as...
In a young team up something. He was like teased in like Monsters Unleashed or something like that. Yeah, but he's coming up. I don't know what his new team is though. Yeah.
Okay.
But Marvel doesn't
that's
care.
Definitely a new superhero that they've done zero with, and I'd like to see more. He's got the weird bird eyes.
Yeah, he's like part bird.
Yeah, he's part bird.
Yeah.
He
is literally Falcon.
It was weird. It was one of those typical like storylines where like, oh, they've discovered how to merge animal genes with other individuals, and everyone is curable except you. You are 1 day past the deadline to be curable, so now you're part bird forever. It was like one of those deals.
Over. Your life is ruined.
But you can fly, and you're a superhero, so, a little bit of a trade-off.
I mean, Angel's basically part bird, so, you're fine.
They make a joke.
They make a joke. Has a regular head. This guy actually has giant eyes.
Lucio nails it. He should be called Red Wing.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I'm so glad too, Sal, that you brought up Angel, because there's a joke, and Ben, you'll back me up on this, in that new Sam Wilson Captain America book where Falcon is walking around in public, and he's like, man, thank God I had one of Angel's old trench coats that hide my wings.
Yes!
They make that joke.
That's great.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to pick it up. I'm excited for this Secret Empire thing. I have not been. I didn't check out Captain America, Steve Rogers Captain America. I almost did when like all the controversy happened, and then I was like, oh, that sounds fun. But I think I'm gonna pick up like all the back issues for the Secret Empire event, catch up, and then like be in on it.
Here's my only complaint with that. Is the story's good, but if you're just doing what I'm doing, which is just following how it's being handled in the current time, you're only reading half of every issue. So the way the issues are structured out is half of every issue is the new origin line. So it's like all in the past, how he was introduced to Hydra, how it's all working out. And a lot of times the past story then reflects on something that's happening in the future, but the future storyline is what is important if you want to follow Secret Empire. I have legitimately skipped every past storyline since the beginning because none of it is needed. It just gives you the new origin.
See, now you're going to regret that, because now we're seeing crossover of characters that were introduced in the past who shouldn't exist in the future, but due to Kobik now do.
No, and I get that. You don't even need to read it to know that that's what's going on, because they didn't explain it in the future portion.
They do. I'm just saying.
It's almost like Nick Spencer's like, some people aren't going to read this, so let me put the other into it. Like, I've got no questions as to what's happening, and I've skipped all the origin stuff. So that's my only real complaint with the Steve Rogers thing is, and the reason I'm skipping it is really simple. We know it's going to get reversed, so none of this matters.
I don't know. I mean, like, they're putting a lot of effort and energy into it. I feel like they already killed him, and it's very recently that they killed Captain America already. People still remember.
What are they going to put him back in prison? We did that too recently.
Maybe they'll put him back on ice. Maybe they'll put him back in the ice.
Secret Empire is kind of exciting because I don't know what I legitimately don't know what they're going to do with it.
I will do whatever humiliating thing you want me to do, Sal, if they do not use some universe-changing element to retroactively fix this.
I feel like that's going to be the thing. It's just like, that would be the laziest thing they could do.
Name another fix that does not end with him dead or in prison.
Oh, there isn't one, because he's a Nazi!
That's what I mean!
Wait, are they calling him a Nazi?
Well, no, they're actually like working very, very diligently to try and extricate Hydra and Nazi and make it more like, no, Captain America's still a good guy. He believes he's doing good things. It's just that he's part of an evil or a green totalitarian organization that is separate from the Nazis. Like, oh, come on. But
it's Neo-Hydra that has its roots in the Thule Society, if we want to start.
You're like, no. Red Skull was a Nazi, and when he ran it, it was a Nazi organization.
He really confused the message there, Red Skull, with his Nazism.
Right.
He wasn't on brand.
What the whole plot is, and that's probably the best twist you've gotten out of it, is that Steve Rogers is like, okay, well, I'm Hydra, but and I'm following you, Red Skull. But you've got the message wrong, so we're gonna fix this.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, and that's just it. Like I'm excited. I really am excited to see how they're gonna handle it. The ending is either gonna be kill him, retroactively put him in prison again, or it might not even be Kobik, but something like universe changing is gonna go through and fix this. Like there's no, if they come up with another answer, like I will be shocked.
That's the thing. I'm so excited. Maybe they will.
Hold on, Sam's got an answer.
Oh, let's hear it.
Dr. Manhattan. There you go.
Crosses another unit.
There you go. Same thing basically as Kobik. You got your answer. You're welcome.
It's the universe changing because I can already see where this is going to go. They're going to think that Kobik's the answer, and she's going to be kidnapped, stolen, or broken somehow, and they're going to be like, "We can't fix this. Oh no!" And then like something else. I was joking around with Sal the other day. I was like, "It's going to be Ulysses. They're going to be Ulysses back."
I would not be surprised because that's so stupid.
See, I think Nick Spencer's hates Ulysses, so he won't use Ulysses.
Good thing, because all of us hate Ulysses.
I like
Nick Spencer's like, I created the Godchild first, Bendis. You can't take my Godchild idea.
Yeah. I like one of these commenters here. There, Steve to the Red Skull. You're giving Hydra a bad name.
Yeah.
No, Rob thinks that it's. Rob back there is going to say Reed Richards is going to show up with godlike powers and fix it, and like that would be cool. I'd take that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Right. We'll see.
It would be a great Secret Empire would be a great way to reintroduce Fantastic Four and also announce that they bought the rights from Sony or from Fox. Because then it's like a big event. You got all these eyes on it, like people looking at it, and then all of a sudden you're reintroducing the Fantastic. It'd be a great way to do it. I don't know if they're going to. I'm representing Rob because I know Rob is going to be like Reed Richards. He's got
honestly, I think that'd be a great way because they've already kind of brought back the Fantastic Four. Like as much as we want to say they got rid of the Fantastic Four as a team, they could bring back the characters. We've got the characters in other roles. Thing is
literally. Things in the Doctor Doom book.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you just don't give them a book again. If you're like, oh, the book's not selling, you could still have them around. Like,
make them supporting characters.
Just put Reed on the Avengers and put like Thing on the Champions or whatever. Who cares? Like
Sue can be an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. There you go.
Yeah,
she's already invisible. That's a brilliant idea. Like all these things write themselves.
So
yeah.
All right, well, next up on the list, speaking of ideas that are writing themselves, a Venom movie.
Oh, my God.
October 2018. They have the date. Save the date is what they're saying.
Save the date for Sony's Venom movie.
No, but I would be fine with that, because I am the guy who's like I'm the guy that will fight, like, Transformers is not a bad movie if you just want to eat popcorn and zone out for an hour, you know? And that could very easily just be the Venom movie. You know, and I'm fine with that. What blows my mind is they do not want to incorporate they want it to be a separate universe from everything else.
What a good idea, Sony. You're so good at that.
You just finally go ahead, Sam.
No, they don't need to overthink it. Please. Just please don't. Just
no. Literally.
Please. Yeah.
Just have Rocket track some symbiote on his foot when he lands in Infinity War. Man, and at the end of Infinity War, he gets the costume, and then you do just whatever. Who cares?
No, you don't need to do that. You don't have to do that. Don't just say like Spider-Man did. Just use the words Spider-Man came back from a moon mission. Just like on a news bulletin, and then show the symbiote crawling away, and you can have your separate movie that is still technically in the universe, but it's a separate thing. Don't be outright being like, it's completely separate. No, we don't want that.
The cosmic... Oh, God.
Oh, sorry, I got an idea. Here, you end Infinity War with, like, where's the future Marvel movies? What are they going to do? So you just kind of show flashes of each person. And I like the, like, rocket or, like, an alien bringing down something and, like, leaving it. You see it crawling around and, like, look, like, through New York. And, like, you can show, like, where Iron Man's at or where Thor's at, where they're going. And, like, you're left with, like, this kind of feeling of hope. Like, oh, these new movies are coming out. Like, there's new things that are actually happening, and we're excited for them.
Yeah.
Like, that's fun.
I like that idea. I mean, Sony is in such a weird place. I think that picking a date for their Venom movie is like picking your wedding date when your girlfriend broke up with you. Like because Sony is in such a weird place. Like, I mean, you've read recently, we were talking about this off camera, where like the movie Life, the ripoff of Alien, with Ryan Reynolds though. is a Sony movie, and the reports right now are the movie's not great, but Ryan Reynolds is fun to watch, which is like what everyone saw coming when they like read the script. But there's rumors that the creature or whatever in life might be the symbiote that's going to be in the Venom movie, and you know Sony was not planning that. But the fact that they're even entertaining that when people are asking them, they're like, "Well, maybe." That's classic Sony. That's just them being like, "Sure, would you watch that? Is that how it would work?" Because they know the writing's on the wall. Like everything's dependent on the Emoji Movie becoming a franchise and making like $600 million.
We're betting the farm on it.
I still can't believe that whole Emoji Movie is like what's saving Sony.
I hope the world agrees not to do it and we just let it go.
Can we just all agree as a group to say no to emojis?
That's
Just
everyone
say no
in the
to
chat,
Sony.
all 500 of you. Let's unanimously agree we will not see the Emoji Movie.
Yes.
We
Yes,
will
we're
all
all going to
torrent
agree. I solemnly swear I will not go and see the Emoji Movie.
I solemnly swear I will not go to see the Emoji Movie. Okay.
As I be stabbed repeatedly by demons.
Lest I play the poop emoji in the TV version of the movie.
Oh, God. But you know what will happen.
You know it's going to be a series, like...
You gotta get the movie so you can launch the TV show with sound-alike actors, because we ain't paying Patrick Stewart that kind of money.
Kung Fu Panda the show. Boom.
So, I mean, there's not much else to talk about the Venom movie because there's not much else going on with it. But speaking of movies, there's not much to talk about, but have news. Aquaman.
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
I'm excited for the movie.
That's the one thing everyone is sure is going to be fine, which is the world we live in.
2017
Aquaman
year,
is a
man.
sure thing.
It's a surefire thing.
No, I love James Wan. Like I love the Conjuring movies, and I really like it. He did a Fast and the Furious. I don't remember which one he did. He did like 5. Those movies again, like Transformers. They're just popcorn movies. You just go and watch stuff
watch
explode.
cars speeding around on endless runways. I mean,
Yeah.
20-minute runway. Where is this at?
Now just take everything you love about the Conjuring and Fast and Furious, and kind of add a little superhero flair to it. Have it go
underwater.
I'm excited to see Atlantis. That's going to be really cool. There's a lot of stuff I don't know about Aquaman, so I am excited to see that on screen and learn about him.
Are you excited to see the 20-minute submarine chase?
Excited. Not there. But Jason Momoa is so... there's just something about him. As soon as you see him, you're like, I support you. I will watch anything you're in.
You didn't even speak English in Game of Thrones, but I support you.
Dude is so jazzed to be Aquaman. You got to respect that level of excitement.
It really is.
And he did Trident training and was throwing. He posted a video throwing tridents.
How do you do Trident training? Is that a Craigslist thing? A guy will come to
Who's
your
an
house
expert?
I mean,
Trident.
if you can do Green Arrow training, you can do Trident training. You know I did Green Arrow training, right, Joel?
Did you now?
Did
they drop you on an
island? There's a new
island?
thing going around, bow and arrow dodgeball. And you shoot arrows that are cushions. Basically, you're shooting the boxing glove arrow.
That's awesome.
How did I not know this exists?
I have a video on my little obscure vlog channel of me doing it.
I'm booking this fucking shit
me
right
tell-
now. I'm doing it.
Let me tell the geekiest story I can right now. It's really, really terrible, but I will tell just because it's tangentially related. When I was in high school, my friend, I had never heard of this concept before, but I saw a brochure for a LARP. And I I told my friend who I knew was interested in that concept about it, and so we learned about foam weapons, and then just wound up spending a year just building those and hitting each other with them. And we kept graduating. We made swords, we made broadswords, we made short swords. Then we started making axes, and just moved on and on and on. And then one day we bought an archery set and got the cushion and just literally replaced the blades with cushions, and then shot each other with them to see how much cushioning they needed in order to not kill you. And with the force of an actual bow and arrow, but just with a long enough piece of foam. Just such a bad idea. Then we go to the LARP and bring our weapons, and we show. They're like, "Oh, we got to inspect them." They look at the bow and arrow. They're like, "Are you out of your goddamn?" And we're like, "What do you mean? This is totally safe. We've shot each other with them 100 times." And they're like, "And what if the shaft goes through the foam?" And we're like, "What? Oh no! You mean we could have killed ourselves 1,000 times over?"
Just flirting with death.
Yeah. This is like when we made that homemade scuba system. I could have died.
Well, I'll make this quick because we are coming to the end of the show, basically. Yeah. But I had a very similar thing. So we found a giant floating piece of foam when I was a kid, and we made it into like a raft. And I lived in Rhode Island on the coast, so it was like to the ocean. And I remember like packing a bag, like I was gonna go, I'm gonna go rafting. And my dad goes, okay, if you're gonna do this, I want to see this raft that you have built. Right. And he goes out there and he's like, are you insane? He's like, it's a piece of foam. That is it. And you're just gonna drift into the ocean
on foam.
Oh my god. Just some garbage. Yeah, I just found some garbage in the ocean. I figure that's good enough to trust my life on.
Hobo of the sea.
I was going to turn into, Aquaman.
By the way, Amber Heard as Mera, awesome.
Yeah.
She looks the part. Her costume looks better than Momoa's. I'm going to say that right now.
Really
I got to look that up real quick. Hold on. What's the next topic on the list? Because I don't have it pulled up right now, so I can't.
Well, I was just going to say one last thing about the Aquaman thing. It's moved to December 2018, which means apparently you'll be going head-to-head with the animated Miles Morales Spider-Man movie.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. We already know which one's going to win, but but good for them. Why not?
Will it also go up against a Star Wars movie?
That's the rumor is that if Disney wants, they still haven't dated Han Solo yet, so they could, release date checkers and chess and put Han Solo out there if they wanted.
Like when Star Wars
fail.
Yeah, because I don't know, when Star Wars secured the Avatar release, the James Cameron release dates, I was like, yes, this is great. It's a perfect place for Star Wars movies. Come out on Christmas, just like the Lord of the Rings movies did, just like every James Cameron success movie does.
Harry Potters.
Just like every Harry Potter, do that. And then, of course, once Star Wars started getting a foothold, they're like, no, we're going to go back to May. Oh, so you're going to compete with yourself. Because every Marvel movie comes out in May and June. What are you doing?
Well, that's like the same thing. And I know it's a different topic, it's video games. But that was like EA last year being like, here's Titanfall and Battlefield. Why can't we sell both?
Yeah, because no one has $180 to spend on your games right now, man.
$180 in America.
Well, yeah, sorry, Australia, and your $650 video games.
For real.
Oh, there, jeez. All right.
Anyway,
so that brings us to the last topic of the day. There's Matthew Vaughn being courted for Man of Steel 2. Does anyone have anything to say about that?
That sounds awesome.
Okay. Other than that,
yes,
it's almost too good to be true.
Yeah,
that's all I need. That's all I need. Matthew Vaughn, Kingsman is one of my all-time favorite movies, and it's so dumb, but I love every minute of that movie.
Kingsman's great. I love it. It was one of those movies, I thought it was going to be like a popcorn flick, and the whole time you're like, yes, this is amazing!
Yes. It was a better James Bond movie than the actual James Bond movie that came out that year.
Yes. Completely agree.
Take that, Spectre.
Yeah.
I don't care about you, Spectre, man. I got a chip on my shoulder for Spectre.
But there's not much else to say about that other than thank God it's not Zack Snyder again.
Yes, no. To get someone who likes Superman to make a Superman movie, that'd be great.
I liked Zack Snyder until he made Superman.
Hey, I also weird. I don't know if you guys like it. I enjoy Man of Steel. I know it's not perfect, and I don't like the ending, but overall, it's pretty good.
No, I do agree with you on that one. But I
respect your position.
Here's my argument. I feel, and this is what I like to think about it, and I don't think this is the case at all. I feel like it was Zack Snyder going, I want to make a Batman. But the Man of Steel Superman is reflective of the current Superman in the comics, which at the time was the New 52 Superman, which was a moody, brooding character who wasn't sure he wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So it was reflective to what was going on in the comics at the time, and I'm fine with that. I still would have rathered have my hope in optimistic Superman, but the movie itself I don't feel was bad. I liked the effects. I liked the fight sequences. I liked questioning why he, destroyed all of Metropolis.
How about 10 9/11s? Thanks, Superman. And you can make out on all their dead bodies. I
love you so much,
I'm done arguing against it, but I respect your opinion. I'm sorry, I don't agree with it.
The thing too about Vaughn is Vaughn has a proven track record of being able to elevate pretty dark, pretty mean-spirited material a lot of the time, which makes me think if even, God forbid, Snyder's like, but I'm writing it, though, still.
We know Goyer's going to write it because Goyer writes everything.
Apparently. Apparently, he made the right sacrifice to the right pagan god that allows him to keep getting.
This is literally it's literally just that Goyer. It's a perfect Goyer sucks, but he's a perfect storm of. He will do what you want. He takes direction. He's reliable, and he is responsible for the only superhero movies to ever win Oscars.
It's true.
And by the way, responsible for is in heavy quotes because it's not like Goyer came up with Dark Knight and hired Heath Ledger and made that happen. It's just that he is involved in that movie, and so as such, when Hollywood goes, we want to make the comic book film, get the guy who directed Blade 3. Blade 2 is Del Toro, which is still not great, but it ain't Blade Trinity.
I liked Blade Trinity.
I enjoy Blade Trinity, but I don't think that I don't want the dude who directed Blade Trinity to make anything.
Come on, who doesn't like
related.
Jessica Biel and Ryan Reynolds as the sidekicks to Blade?
Who doesn't like Triple H walking around with a little dog, with a little Pomeranian?
Or Parker Posey just hamming it up.
That too. That's also a thing that happened.
All right, so anyway, we're having a Mary Jane variant month coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting like 1,000 covers with Mary Jane, the character Marvel hates and doesn't want to put in comic books.
So hold on, Sam. How many of these Mary Jane variants do you think are going to lead to their own comic lines?
Oh my god!
Let's get the ones I liked. Let me pull them up really quick. I liked a lot of these.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, none. But I really liked. She did her Iron Fist is pretty cool, as well as her Spider Gwen and her Gwen Pool. I like those. Those are pretty.
I mean,
but no, they're not going to do anything with that.
I get the Wolverine one looks kind of cool.
Yes.
Oh, the X-23 one. We'll go with that.
She's Wolverine now.
Spider Gwen can't work. It just you can't make another universe on that one.
Yeah, Spider Gwen, Mary Jane. Like
The Punisher one is pretty classic. I just love that image.
it's very funny.
Yeah.
The Venom one looks really cool. But that's just basically Ultimate Universe Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Tiff liked the Doctor Strange one. I remember she was tweeting
That's fun.
about.
Yep. Yeah. I love her as Ms. Marvel. Just the one I picked for this video where she's just pushing Spider-Man out of the way. It's very evocative of like Superman and then Lois Lane and stuff. I think it's a really cool image.
I'm gonna I say at least one of those will get at least a one shot to see what happens.
Or they'll get a backup.
Yeah.
In a Howard the Duck book, as they say.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, there's no Spider-Man and no Amazing Spider-Man for this one. That's kind of funny.
No.
I guess it's too obvious. It's too on the nose.
Well, Dan Slott doesn't like her, so he probably was like, "Don't put her on my book."
Okay.
And Bendis was like,
of
also
that real
don't.
quick before we start closing up the show. Did anyone else see the rant from Dan Slott about Mary Jane?
I heard about it. I didn't read it though.
It was
Okay, so Dan Slott came out and basically did like literally a 10-page Reddit post about how no matter how much you cry about Mary Jane and Peter Parker's marriage, it will never happen. And he listed 1,000 reasons why, and it all boils down to Marvel executives do not want this. I had to push tooth and nail to even get Renew Your Vows. So if you want this, you need to buy that book by Dan Abbott. I think it's Dan Abbott writing it, isn't it?
no, it's Jerry Conway. But it's delightful.
But yeah,
It's
no, it's
great.
an amazing book. But they're saying he's like, you have to buy this if you want this to continue, but it will never come into the mainstream continuity again.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they worked too hard for it.
It is amazing. Why not Spider-Man?
I agree. The fact is, ever since probably so they really fast-tracked the marriage in 1987. They got that done. It was only because Stan Lee had taken Spider-Man into a newspaper strip, and so as such, they were married in the newspaper strip, and the comics were like, people are going to get confused, so they fast-tracked Spider-Man and Mary Jane getting married in 1987. Then cut to 20 years later, and literally from 1987 until 2007, they had been trying to undo the marriage because writers kept lamenting that it was hard for them to write it because, number one, the writers who read Spider-Man back then remembered a teenage Peter Parker or a college-age Peter Parker, and they treated him like Archie, and they're like, well, no, it's a love triangle. But they also were but they had been working that hard. I remember in an issue of Marvel from 1993, there's a survey that they gave to readers, and they're like, what do you want to see in Marvel Comics? And one of the questions is, should Peter Parker and Mary Jane get a divorce? And you can see that undercurrent throughout the books during the 90s where they're just trying anything to get them to separate. And they went through a real shitstorm when they finally undid the marriage. And according to Slott and his like comic book resources forum post rant meltdown, he says that like it worked. It like they had been working so hard and they took such shit, and the people who were like the highest of highest ups have like on the wall like this will never get undone because it's just it was too hard to do. It was too hard to get undone, and too many people didn't want it in the first place. So like to bring it back now would to basically hamstring them creatively, which I don't think anyone agrees with. But it's a bee's hive of a mess. I don't know.
Hey, Rob.
It's just redonk.
Rob, we're coming to the end. Come here to give us some final splooges and say goodbyes.
Oh, okay.
All right, Rob, give us some splooges where everyone was missed.
Splooge, 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 splooge.
No, hold on. Just so that Sam wants to come
Thank
back,
you.
let's give Sam a splooge.
Right on me. Thank you.
He's like,
Go right at home.
Thank you. All right, so I think that's a good way to close out the show right there. We're going to end it on Rob splooging on Sam.
Yes.
That is going to end up on some forum post somewhere.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Sam Basher gets splooged on.
Big leaks.
No, that's going to be bleeding cool. Rich Johnson's watching right now.
Hi, Rich.
Yes, the Bleeding Cool award-winning podcast, The Weekly Poll.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I have nothing against him. I'm just saying it's going to be a bleeding cool post. I could just
No, I know, yeah.
But
So anyway,
I was in the same room as him and didn't get to meet him. And I'm like, oh man, he was in the same room as me.
Yes, he was. He was at the Valiant party. Like,
For what I've been told, apparently Rich
Damn it.
Johnson's a fan of all of our channels and would love to actually meet us all eventually.
Is that true?
I don't know how true that is. It was
I will say this,
telephone
but I've
game
heard
kind
it.
of a thing.
he has posted on the Comic Pop subreddit. So
Okay.
Oh man.
So anyway, yeah, that's the show for today, guys. We will be back on Thursday with our usual comic book recap review situation. I'm going to try to be on it this week, but with Rob in town and us doing filming, that may not be a thing that happens with me. But you will have Sal, you'll have Caitlin, you'll have Tiffany, you'll have Joel, and then I'm going to try to be there. Sam, you were great. You're always welcome back whenever you feel like being here. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I had a blast. I love talking about this kind of stuff. And thank you so much.
Yeah, no, he was great. And if anybody wants to find you after this, Sam, I know you have your own channel. Where can they find that?
Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, just about everything at Sam Basher, and my last name is Bashor, Sam Basher.
And we'll make sure that's in all the appropriate links so everyone can find it. But on the audio version, that's it's good that you spelled it. And if anybody enjoys the community and you want to be more a part of the Weekly Poll and even chat with the Weekly Poll members, we do. I'm in there, I think, the most, but me and Caitlin go in the most. But I know Sal